broadcasting live with coverage you can count on. KSLA News 12 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news we've been following for the last 15 minutes or so. Miranda Whittington is live at the scene where First Bossier Church in Bossier City is on fire, on scene of a massive fire out there, engulfing it. We could see it from the skyline. Let's get right out to Miranda. Miranda, tell us exactly what you can see and what's going on out there.
Good morning. Well, I'm going to move behind the camera and kind of show you guys what we're seeing. Firefighters, so there's plenty of firefighters out here that are still working this blaze right now. Now it's still, you can kind of see right here, they are battling towards the back of the church. There's another Shreveport fire that just arrived on the scene, and they've been battling this, like you said, for the last 15 minutes. Now, they do have most of the street blocked off, so once you get closer down towards the church, they have it blocked off with police officers that are over onto my right side. But again, this is the scene right now, what we are seeing. I think as Christian mentioned earlier, they might have started in the back of a daycare area here at the church. We haven't got that information confirmed yet. We haven't spoken to officials right now. They've been battling these flames, but this is kind of the parking lot. I'm going to kind of move the camera over here to show you just how many firefighters and how many trucks are out here and just how big this flame is. So this is the parking lot over here close to the mall area. So there's been fire trucks. One more is coming. I'm going to turn this camera this way and you can see it coming this way. I'm getting ready to pull in and help. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with. So they're coming their way. And this is Shreveport Fire that's just pulled up to help. So this has kind of been the scene this morning. Still working to get some information and still working to get all of that, but this is what we know, and this is kind of what you're seeing, and this is the flames that they've been battling. It's probably going to take a while to put this out because it really was a huge fire here at the scene. But any new information, any information that we get about how this started, we're going to make sure to keep you updated on air and on our KSLA News 12 app. Live in Bossier City, I'm Miranda Whittington, KSLA News 12.
Hey, Miranda, can you hear us? Can Miranda still hear us, guys, in the back?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Miranda, can you tell us how many fire trucks you see on scene right now?
Well, Christian, right now, so far, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm close to a dozen on the back side, but I know there's probably still some over here towards the front half. I'm going to move the camera over here. So this is kind of the front half of the church, and this side has mostly a lot of the police officers, or Bossier police, are mostly towards the front of the church.
And then you've also seen a number of Shreveport, or at least one Shreveport Fire Department truck pull up as well to assist Bossier, which sort of tells you, Marie, how serious this fire is.
Hey, Miranda, on your drive in, are there any roads blocked, or did you have any issues getting there at this point, or is it all kind of contained to those parking lots?
So I came in from Airline Drive because I was closer to that area. So if you're coming from Airline, you should be fine. Now, once you're going down East Texas Street, over here I'll kind of show you. Once you're coming towards East Texas Street, that's where they're going to start blocking things off. So they have plenty of police officers and patrol cars here, and they're directing traffic that way. So if you're coming down East Texas Street towards the mall area, that's where they're going to start to redirect you. But so far, there hasn't been a lot of heavy traffic over here. There have been people coming through the mall parking lot area just to look and see what's going on. So there are people that are parked over here just checking out this fire. But for right now, the commute, if you're coming down East Texas Street, that's when it will start to affect your commute. But I was coming down Airline and I didn't have any problems. But once you get up towards the church area, that's when they have it blocked off.
Miranda, as you were making your way to the scene this morning, could you get, when you were coming in, did you see the fire from a different vantage point, perhaps on I-20 or Airline Drive, as you made your way there?
So Christian, when I was coming from Airline, I was at the Walmart when I was live over there, and you can see the smoke. It's definitely, you can see it up in the sky, and that was about a 6-minute drive over here. So you could definitely see a lot of that smoke when you were coming through. And of course, the closer you got towards this area, that's when it got bad. So a lot of the smoke, I won't move the camera, but you see them putting it out. It's going towards the sky. So a lot of the people that are coming in on I-20, they're going to see that smoke when they come in.
Okay, Miranda, thank you. And Marie, you want to show us on a map where specifically this church is for people who perhaps aren't familiar
Yeah,
with the
we'll peel away from that live picture from the scene right now, but we'll also show you, this is the First Bossier Church. It's right here. It's right next to Pierre Bossier Mall. Again, if you are coming off of 20, which you can kind of see here, this is where we were starting to, a lot of drivers were calling, noticing a lot of just that orange glow, a lot of the smoke coming to the right of their drive heading west on 20 this morning. If you get in here, again, this is East Texas Street that runs right along here. This is what Miranda was talking about. You've got the mall here, you've got East Texas Street. She came in from a different location, but she's saying probably from, you know, these two corners here, it's looking like it's going to be closed down. I believe that would be City Hall Drive. Christian, we were talking during the break. It's very close. The church, if you know where it is, you're familiar with the steeple, very close to Bossier City Hall, to that municipal complex. But you can expect delays on East Texas Street this morning as more than a dozen firefighters are on scene, and that's just fire trucks on scene, and lots more firefighters working to put out this fire. If we can come back here to our DOT camera real quickly and just show you, you can see that the thick smoke is still there. Thankfully, the flames aren't there like we saw just a few minutes ago. So that's a good sign this morning. It's never good to see a fire of this size, but it is good to show and to see, hopefully, that firefighters with multiple agencies are getting control of this fire. Is it looking like it's flaring back up again, Christian?
I mean, Marie, to put this fire in perspective for you, probably 15 minutes ago when we first started hearing about this fire at First Bossier, the flames were probably filling the top of the screen. I mean, it seems like there was just like an explosion of fire almost. So over the past few minutes, it seems like the flames have gone down. But that being said, we've been unable to get a first-hand look at what this scene actually looks like right now because it's all closed off, because so many crews currently are battling this fire at this hour. You can see the lights of the sirens glowing in the smoke there. And as Miranda said, as she was making her way to the scene this morning, she could see that thick smoke for perhaps miles.
Yes. And again, she is out there working to gather the very latest details for us this morning. We'll check back in with her in just a few minutes. But first, let's go ahead and get a look at the weather and what we can expect today from First Alert meteorologist James Parrish.
Good morning, Marie. And yes, it is a clear and cold morning across a good chunk of the Arklatex. Most of us are not going to hit any travel problems this morning. However, the same thing cannot be said for the very eastern portion of northwest Louisiana, where there is a freezing fog advisory that's in effect until 9 o'clock this morning for Webster, Claiborne, Lincoln, Jackson, as well as Bienville parishes. Now, this is where we could have some patchy areas of fog, and where that fog does set up, that could lead to some slick spots on those bridges and overpasses. So be careful if you're going to be traveling on the I-20 corridor from Minden to Ruston or from Ruston to Minden. Temperatures right now all across the Arklatex are near or below freezing. So once again, make sure to bundle up this morning. Give yourself a few extra minutes, even if you aren't traveling to Ruston, because some frost has developed on your car. We'll talk about what the rest of the day is going to be in store. Plus, we'll have an update on that fire coming up in just a few more minutes.
And we continue to follow breaking news at this hour. Right now, we are learning of a massive fire at First Bossier Church on East Texas Street in Bossier City. This all happening within the past 30 minutes. Our KSLA's Miranda Whittington is currently live at the scene gathering information as to what is going on right now. She reported that she saw at least 12 fire trucks on scene working to fight the flames right now. She said that there was also a fire truck, at least one fire truck from the Shreveport Fire Department that arrived on scene as well. Here's a better look for you right now at I-20 at Airline Drive. You can see at the top of the screen the smoke still billowing from First Bossier Church on East Texas in Bossier City. As many of us know, the big steeple off First Bossier is sort of a staple of the skyline there. And at one point, it was totally covered in smoke. Just to put this fire in perspective for you, right now, at one point, the fire probably covered most of the top of that screen right now. Again, right now, that's a better look that you can see of that steeple in Bossier City. When we originally heard about this fire, to start with about 30 minutes ago, we heard on our scanner in our newsroom that the fire may have started at the daycare center at First Bossier. Again, First Bossier, a colossal church in Bossier City. They have a massive campus there that houses many congregants across the Arklatex who attend a church there. We're going to continue to look for more information, and Miranda Whittington is going to stay on scene to gather that information for you. But right now, we're going to send it over to James for a check of your weather. James. And we continue to follow breaking news at this hour. You're taking a live look at First Bossier Church in Bossier City there. You can see part of the church is absolutely engulfed in flames. This has been happening over the past 30 minutes. KSLA News 12's Miranda Whittington is live at the scene. Miranda, can you hear me? Miranda, can you hear me?
Christian, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we.
Can you hear me, Christian?
Okay, we're having trouble hearing Miranda right now, but this fire has been burning for probably the past 30 minutes now. At one point, it seemed like the fire was going down, but it's suddenly starting to pick back up. We first started hearing reports that the fire began at the daycare center at First Bossier Church. Those reports coming into our newsroom probably 30 minutes ago over the scanner. We're trying to get in contact with Miranda, who's currently on scene, gathering more information.
Hey, Christian.
Hey, Miranda.
Can you hear me, Christian?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you? Yeah, we're here at the scene. So the fire, they had got most of it under control, and then all of a sudden, I guess there was some sort of explosion or something happened, as you can see, and it started to pick back up. So it was a smaller flame towards the front of the building, and then another flame towards the back end started, and now it's kind of collided into one big thing. So now, you know, firefighters are still over there trying to work this, and this is what it's starting to look like. It's starting to take control of the roof, and you can see kind of what's been going on. So that fire is taking control of this back half of the roof, and it's looking like it's starting to cave in. So firefighters are in there, they're battling it, and you can see right now just how bad it's gotten.
Do you see right now? I know you said at one point there were 12. Have any more arrived right now?
So far, we're still checking. I mean, there's still more right now. If you can see, I mean, besides the flame, there's still the same amount of firefighters out here, and there's a crowd of people out in the Bossier parking lot, in the mall parking lot, that are watching. Police, mostly police that we have seen out here. Haven't seen any more fire trucks come out here yet, but I'm sure they're going to be coming. But the biggest thing is the roof. The roof was doing fine earlier, probably about 15 minutes ago, but now they're starting to lose that half of the roof, as you can see. So, I mean, the flame has gotten to where they're getting that, and there are firefighters inside of there. If you can see one right by that door, there are firefighters inside of there working to battle it from the inside as well. So it has gotten to the point you can see they're trying to blow that water from the top, but it's gotten that last half of this church. So, you know, the church is going to be losing this back half if this is where the nursery is.
All right, thank you, Miranda. Stay tight out there, stay safe. We are going to send it to break, but we'll be right back and check back in with you in just a few minutes. All right, thank you, James. And we're continuing to follow this massive fire from First Bossier Church in Bossier City this morning. Multiple agencies on scene. You can see those flames right there. This is a live look from the scene and a live look from our DOTD cameras where drivers are seeing the flames and the smoke as the sun is coming up on their commute. This is I-20 heading westbound. You can see the massive flames. At one point, it looked like firefighters had control about maybe 10 minutes ago, and then it just erupted back into flames. And Christian, I want to point out, you know, we said the church is so close to the municipal complex over there. In that municipal complex is actually the headquarters for the fire department. So that shows you just how quickly this fire grew and spread out of control this morning. It erupted, just before 6:30 this morning. Is that right, Christian?
Yeah, Marie, probably a little bit before then, probably around 6:20-ish. We've been following this fire for you. Our Miranda Whittington is on scene right now working to gather information. She's been reporting throughout the morning that at least 12 fire trucks are on scene right now, including help from the Shreveport Fire Department, which shows you how intense this fire is. I mean, you can see that right now on the I-20 traffic camera, the smoke billowing up from First Bossier Church, the steeple there covered in smoke. You can see traffic beginning to build up on I-20 as onlookers stop on the interstate to take a look at this fire, which is not safe. If you're about to hit the road, do not do that. You can see a fire truck actually getting off the interstate right there to help with the situation. We will continue to have live reports throughout the morning and throughout the day on this fire here on KSLA News 12.
On Facebook, and again, we will be back with a live report from the scene at 7:15 this morning. We'll bring you the very latest as soon as we learn more.
Stream KSLA News 12 for free on our new Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels. Sponsored by Jacqueline A. Scott and Associates, Attorneys at Law. Voted top lawyer. Experience matters.